Hey guys, Niall and Daryl here. We are here to give you an orientation on the 6-week challenge so that you come out of the gate strong and you see some results and have a great transformation. So we will get right into it. Okay, so let's cover what you're going to learn today. You're going to know what to expect so that nothing sidelines you, you're not overwhelmed at all. You're going to learn some nutrition hacks so you stay on point, right? Because you can't outwork a bad diet. You're going to learn how to avoid injury, because whether you're working out or not, injuries pop up and you can't train through an injury. You can just be intelligent and train around it. And then the point system to win, because there is a $500 prize for the best transformation. So with that, I will let Daryl intro himself.
Hi guys, welcome to the 6-week challenge, guys. This is one of my favorite times of the year. Back to school, September. Everyone's getting back to getting back. So this is an old picture of me. Well, no, I still look like that. I used to be a school teacher, and most people don't believe me when I tell them that. I taught in the university as well in the kinesiology department. Always educating and helping people, reach optimal, whatever it was in school, fitness, life. So I've worked with kids, I've worked with executives, athletes, just helping them get to the next level. And now I work with, everyone that's just looking to lean up, lose some weight, on our challenge, we average about 10 to 25 pounds when we see people lose. And, this is my, my passion. I also have a huge passion for working with kids. I was co-founder of the 60-Minute Kids Club, which is a youth program that's in schools that challenges kids on healthy habits and just being healthy for life. So that's me in a nutshell. I worked with a lot of pro athletes and Olympians, so I know what it takes to get to the next level. And as I've grown my professional development over the years, I've learned how to take these same tools and bring it to everyday people that just want to, see results. Okay, result oriented. That's my focus, and that's going to be our focus over the next 6 weeks.
All right, this is me. I have almost no clothes on. I've been in the fitness industry mostly part-time outside the last 4 years. I was kind of like Daryl. I had another career. I was in banking for a lot of years, and then I changed industry, Bay Street, and then I was working in different industries, different corporations. I was a suit for a very long time, doing this part-time, but this is what I love. And 4 years ago, I pulled the trigger, and Daryl and I partnered up to open this place so that we could bring fitness to more people. I got back into physique competitions when I got back here, and what really floats my boat is when I see fitness change people's lives. The transformation is great. People lose weight. That's probably what brought you in the front door. But what it does for your confidence, your relationships at home, at work, with your special someone, with kids, that's immeasurable. And when people have a great transformation, and especially a quick one, just the glow on their face when they just feel so proud of themselves and so good, that's my income. That's what I work for. So we're here because we're passionate about this, and we know with our experience that we can get you guys to the next level. So that's what we're here to do. We'll get right into that. Okay, you want to talk about Kathy? No, I'll talk about Kathy. So Kathy did her first 6 weeks. She was down 24 pounds. And we just show this just because this can be done. What's the difference? Why did Kathy have such an awesome 6 weeks? She just nailed it from the get-go. And that's one of the reasons we're doing an orientation. We want you to nail it from the start. So a big deal is going to be your food, your attendance, and knowing what to expect. So that's why we're covering this. If you start off right, you're going to finish strong. So I really want you to focus on this first couple of weeks, right? Here's going to be the hardest part while you're changing your habits, and then after that, it will slowly become your new habits.
Oh, this is Mark. And Mark, great transformation, great story. He came in here with his wife. I think he kind of was forced into coming here, but
Yeah, I think so.
his wife wanted better. He wanted better. He was, he had some problems with his cholesterol. He had some problems with his sleep apnea, his heart, asthma, and he just wanted to feel better and not worry about. He's got a kid, and he wanted to see his kid, get through life. Be it her wedding. He wanted more. He also was a hockey player. He's still a hockey player. He plays men's hockey, and he was, gassed. But Mark came in here and he said, listen, I'm just gonna do everything. I'm just gonna trust you guys because you guys are the experts. And voila, 25 pounds in 6 weeks. This guy, he was glowing afterwards. Told all his friends about us. His friends couldn't believe it because they didn't think this is the guy that was drinking a couple beers most nights, especially after hockey. And now he's talking about eating healthy. Now he's talking about exercise. And you know what? These are the type of stories we love to tell you guys because you can see what's possible for yourself. And this is a guy who started off who, he probably didn't think this could happen. And he just came along for the ride and it changed his life.
It's a great part. Like both these cases, 6 weeks. Imagine what if this was your new lifestyle? What does it look like years down the road, right? Okay, so what to expect? Week number 1. All right, you're not going to like this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Week number 1's tough, right? No matter how easy you take it, we don't want you to go 100%. You're going to be crazy sore this week. Understand that's totally, totally normal. We want you to make it in at least 3 times, but it's a tough week. This is a week you got to fight through, yeah?
Yeah. You know what? I as we said, Nal said, don't go 100%. Go 60%. Focus on your breathing. Focus on just feeling right in the classes. If you're sore afterwards, the worst thing you can do is nothing. You're better off to go for a walk, stretch, okay? But don't do nothing. Again, first week, 60%, guys.
And what's 60% look like? I've said this to many of you. 60% is if any of us were to walk up to you during the class, you don't have to catch your breath to talk to us. That's 60%, okay? Like I said, still going to be plenty sore.
Yeah, and you know what? I might add, the first couple days, if you have to sit out and exercise for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, sit out, collect yourself, and get right back in it.
Yeah. Don't be proud, right?
Yeah.
This is just an adjustment
Don't be measuring
period
against anyone in the class.
So like we said, you're going to be sore. Plan for it. What does plan for it mean? Maybe your plan is to come the first 2 days, take 2 days off, and then come a third day before the end of the week. Maybe you want to book a massage. Maybe you want to plan some time to stretch. Maybe you want to make sure you're drinking enough water. Whatever it is, and that massage is a good idea, plan to have some extra activities to deal with your soreness.
Exactly. And you know what? Really look at your sleep patterns as well too. For that week, don't be planning wild parties that week because you really need your rest, guys. So when he says plan for it, this is the kind of thing too. You got to plan your sleep. You got to plan how you're going to eat. Where you're going to be and what's the best time. Try and figure out the best time for you to work out, which makes sense and you're not stressed.
Yeah, just in the food, depending on how, really bad you might have been eating or what your habits are, this might feel like a little bit of a detox. And when you are detoxing, sometimes you can feel a little gross as those toxins are leaving the body. So if you feel like that, again, totally normal. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah, just to add to that with the detoxes, your body has gotten used to whatever it is you've been doing, feeding it, treating it. And the detox, it's kind of like your body's asking, is this for real? Like, are you really doing this, or is this just a little vacation? So that's why your body has to adapt to the new you, the new foods, the more water, the soreness. So there is that adaptation phase that you guys have to deal with. And we'd be lying if we said don't worry about it. You do have to focus on this. Sleep. Okay, you're probably going to sleep better. Like deeper.
Hear this all the time.
Yeah. It's like, man, I'm sleeping through the night now. and it's like we laugh because it's quite common amongst people who are just starting out. Guess what? Your muscles are tired now. You actually burnt up everything, your fuel for the day. Now, your muscles, you need to recover. Your sleep is when you recover. If you don't recover, it's really hard to make progress, guys.
Yeah, this is definitely an upside. There's nothing like getting a good night's sleep because you're tired. Okay, week number 2.
Okay, so now your body has adapted somewhat to the stress, and I'm going to call it stress because your body still sees this as foreign stuff. It's not sure if you guys are still on vacation. When is this going to stop? So now you can up your game a little bit. You're going to go 80%, okay? And you're going to start to see, it's like maybe in week 1 you can only hold the plank for 20 seconds. Now you're trying to push it for the full 30 seconds, the whole 45 seconds. So now your sort of self-awareness is starting to move upwards. And things that you noticed before that you couldn't do are starting to happen. You're like, wait a minute, I couldn't do this a week ago. Now I can. Okay, so you're going 80%. Okay, you're feeling a lot better about yourself, and you're used to some of the pace of the classes.
That's it. Okay, this is another upside, right? So they've shown that exercise 3 times a week has been shown to have the same effect as mild antidepressants. It just lights up and releases chemicals in the brain. So don't be surprised if you're just in a better mood. That's one of the benefits of working out.
And you may remember why you walked into the room. Okay, walked into a room. Now, this going back to the first one he was talking about there. You find yourself in a better mood. Once you start finding yourself in a better mood, you want to do more. You're nicer to your family. Okay, so this is also a bonus for your family, the people around you, because it becomes contagious. Once you start to feel better, you do more.
And you're sharper when it comes to just your
Yeah.
thoughts. Like exercise does wonders for the brain, mood, memory, focus, right?
So all that coming together now, you guys are going to feel better. You're going to want to start sharing this with other people. Okay, talking to other people about this.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Week 2 is no cakewalk.
No.
It's not as bad as week 1.
Yeah.
But it still feels rough. It's still new. And now you've upped it from 60 to 80%. So, there's still some wariness about whether this is going to be a lifestyle yet. Okay. Week number 3.
Okay. It's going to sound funny, but you officially have, you're looking around, and you know that instructor that you hated when you first came in. You didn't like the tone of his voice. You thought he was crazy. You
Didn't like his face.
Yeah. You didn't like how he said things and did things. That's starting to change. You kind of really starting to hear his voice differently. In fact, as you said, you have a little bit of a crush on him. It's like, I think this guy, I like this pain, this pleasure strain kind of thing. Because what you are going through now is, I'm going to miss this. I have to. I got to go. I like how I feel. I'm starting to like how I feel. Okay? People may be starting to notice some things that are different with you. So they might see things like, hey man, you're standing a little bit taller. Hey, you look like you're leaner already. And you know what? These are awesome because they reinforce why you started here in the first place. They're going to notice a little pep in your step. Little things. There's a little bit of a glow. Your energy is not, low in the middle of the day anymore. All of a sudden, all these things that you weren't doing before, certain people are watching you, and especially they're going to be watching because they know that you're up to something different. They just notice. And again, that's your mood. Your mindset's a little bit different. The world looks a little bit brighter.
Okay, so this is what we call the dip. Even though you're in a better mood, you're feeling better, you might be getting some compliments, and the urge to go back to old habits really rears its head in week 3. Right? So it's like this dichotomy. Like I'm loving this, and yet I want those old bad foods. I want to stay up late and just snack in front of the TV. I want to have a few beers. Whatever your vice is, they start to come knocking at the back door and just go, hey, remember us? So be prepared for that. You got to fight through that.
That's a real thing, guys. And honestly, it's this weird thing too, where you start to feel, well, I've been good for 2 weeks. I deserve that beer.
Oh, yeah.
Or I deserve that cheat meal.
That's brilliant.
right.
Yeah. You start to rationalize like crazy.
You know, whatever it is that you think you should have, right? Because you've been so good. But it's only been 2 weeks.
So this is where you got to be unreasonable. Yeah. So if your mind gives you 20 good reasons why you should have a chocolate bar, you got to go, yeah, no, okay, those are all rational reasons, but I'm still not going to have it. You have to be unreasonable. You made a commitment. You get a cheat day once a week, you'll have it then. All right. Even though you love how you're feeling, like I said, these habits show up. So be prepared for that. Once week 3 is over, you're really going to be in the groove of things, right? So it's week 1, 2, 3. Stay on pace, fight through those, know what to expect, and then you're really going to start grooving. Okay, you guys have the meal plan. If you follow the meal plan, this doesn't apply. This is for when you start to go off course, or you're in a rush, or you just didn't prep your food that week, right? If you are running out the door and you don't have whatever ready, and you got to choose a breakfast, protein and healthy fats. So like my go-to is I make a shake with a couple of scoops of protein. That's 2 scoops, so I have a lot of protein. I have a low carb, any good low carb protein shake. I have a scoop of peanut butter in there and water. That's my fats, that's protein. What I'm not having is a ton of carbs and sugar. I'm not having cereal, right? Which is usually everyone's go-to. I'm not hitting the drive-thru at Tim Hortons and ordering a breakfast sandwich. I'll get a coffee, but I won't get a breakfast sandwich. I'm not having sugar in my coffee. I'll get a healthy sweetener if that's my deal, right? But if you go off course, just have something. Have a few eggs. That's another good option. Yeah. That and a smoothie are like the 2 simplest options in the morning.
And on that note, that's why you have to have some emergency food sort of prepped. So some boiled eggs, ready to roll.
Protein bars,
protein bar,
powder.
Protein shake, because you know how life gets. Okay, it gets fast, things change, and you gotta make some adjustments as the game goes on. So, breakfast is huge.
Yep.
Huge. Okay, guys. So,
and I'll say this last thing about supplements. I would rather eat real food, but I don't have the time to cook that much, and it's hard to get that much concentrated protein. And you need to eat a lot of protein to get lean. High protein diets get you lean. So the powder and the bars, low carb bars, are a really easy way to get it. So it's just a convenience thing.
totally.
Just so you know, right? We're not pumping products. So you just want to be in here 3 to 5 times a week.
3 to 5 times. 3 is the minimum. Minimum amount you want to be in here. 4 is the sweet spot. 5 is really nice. Your body can still recover. The workouts are 35 minutes long, so you can recover really nicely from these workouts. Okay, they're short, but they're intense. Okay, I always joke with some people. I go, we stop. It's like leaving the party when you're having a good time still. You can party tomorrow again, right? But when this is why we like to hit the 35-minute workouts.
Yeah.
Because you can come back tomorrow, you can recover from that, guys. So that is the minimum, 3 to 5 times for the best results. This is what we're trying to help you guys with. Best optimal results is in this category. Okay, don't drink too many calories. You gotta cut out the pop, the sugary drinks, water. That's the rule of thumb now. You're drinking water. You have the odd coffee, but water is going to save you. And we're looking at 3 to 5 liters a day, depending on the size of you.
So, have a pint of water first thing in the morning. That's a great way to start. Have a pint of water at every meal. If you do that, you're at 2 liters. And then you just sip on something. Now, this 1-to-1 water rule applies to your cheat day. If you decide to have a few drinks on your cheat meal, you want to have a few alcoholic drinks, for every drink, have a glass of water. It really helps.
Yeah, and it gets you full before you get drunk.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. But watch the calories with the pop and the juice especially, right?
And I get this sometimes. I get people, I can't drink so much water because I can't keep going to the washroom at work. Okay, so what we're asking you to do is what we're telling you, don't chug your water. Okay, don't, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, you haven't drank any water. Oh my God, I haven't drank any water. And you chug a liter of water. Your body cannot absorb water that way. You're better off to take small sips all day, because your body can absorb that. But if you're somebody who has problems going to the washroom, you got to go to the washroom all the time when you drink water. You need to train your body into absorbing water. Okay, so small sips all day then, if that's the challenge you're faced with.
Okay, so we do have a cheat meal once a week on this meal plan. I really want you to enjoy yourself. So eat till you're full, not till you're stuffed. So full, do you know what I mean? So I'll give you an example. My cheat meal might be 3-4 slices of pizza, a couple of butter tarts, and a beer or 2, right? That's not a small cheat meal, but it's not a monstrous one either, right? I'm full, but it's not like Thanksgiving. I don't have to unbuckle,
Yeah.
when I'm lying down on the couch. So just kind of like that. Enjoy your cheat meal. It does actually help you lean down quicker. The alcohol, I would say, doesn't necessarily so. If you can go without alcohol for 6 weeks, that's great. If you're going to have it, just have it at the cheat meal. But definitely want a big carby meal to help. It throws your metabolism a curveball. It helps raise certain hormones that help you lean down if you do it once a week.
Yeah, and what you'll find too is you're gonna feel different when you eat this. You've been eating healthy all week for 90% of the time, and then when you eat this cheat meal, all those old feelings, and in fact, worse than those old feelings, because you were used to eating this way before. Now your stomach doesn't feel so good. You feel bloated. You feel lethargic, and you know what? That's because your body doesn't want to digest these things. It wants to digest healthy whole foods, right? So when you go back to these old school pizza and tarts and whatnot, your body's like, we're not used to this anymore. So that's why you might
pick
not
on the pizza and tarts. Huh?
You may not. They heard that, but you won't. You're not going to feel so good, and sometimes that's kind of deterrent. You find in the beginning your cheat meals are epic, and then towards the end of the 6-week challenge, you're not so crazy anymore. You're not really missing those things like you were.
No, that's a great point. No. All right, how to avoid injury. So I always say, you can get injured just around the house. You can get injured in here, okay? And we really, this is a big part of the long-term fitness game. If an injury shows up, how to notice it before it gets really bad, how to deal with it so it doesn't and it heals. So first, listen to your body. And so you won't necessarily get a proper injury. You'll get a little tweak. I get a little tweak in my back, a little tweak in my shoulder, a little tweak in my hamstring. That's a warning sign. That's a shot across the bow. That's like, hey, I need you to rest this body part for a while because you've been going a little too hard, right? So, for example, if I got it in my shoulder, I would be like, all right, I'm not going to press for this week. I'm going to get the trainer to give me other exercises. I'm going to do a little more lower body stuff, and I'll give my shoulder a rest, right? And we got a whole bunch of stuff for you to do. You just got to tell us what's aggravating you. So I really need you to listen to your body. If you get a little tweak, that's the time to start letting that body part heal, and it doesn't take too long if you catch it then.
Yeah, and this is going to be a good point for you guys. You're going to learn what good pain is and bad pain. And I know that sounds almost weird to say that.
That's not like a 50 Shades of Grey thing.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay.
But it's along those lines, because what starts to happen is you're going to know what good soreness is around bad soreness.
Yeah.
The first time you're here, the first week, you're going to feel everything, and you're going to be like, this doesn't feel right. That's basically good soreness, guys.
Yeah, just a little too much.
Yeah, just a little too much. So this is why, as Nal said, you have to listen to your body the whole way through. Don't wait till, the third week and say, I got to really start listening. It's like, no, you should be listening from day one. What does this feel like? Almost journal if you had to.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, almost journal how you're feeling. If 6 weeks in, your knee's been bothering you, and been bothering you since week 1, then maybe we got to check some stuff out. As we age, the machine starts to break down a little bit, so we might need a longer warm up.
Yep.
We might need to do something prior to the class to get you going.
And if you're smart, you can build your body back up.
Yes.
Right? So, like we said, work around, not through an aggravated muscle or joint. If you say you got shoulder pain, I know it's typically in the front of your shoulder. We're going to build up the back of your shoulder, and we're going to double down on the other parts of your body until the shoulder heals. Same thing with your lower back and your knees. Those three are the most common. But whatever it is, please let us know, and we'll give you your alternatives.
Yeah. No heroes, guys. There's no heroes. This is not the hockey playoffs. You don't have to play hurt.
Yeah, and to that point, we're not going to make the workout easier. I could give you another exercise for another body part that's harder, right? This is just about being smart. You're not wussing out. You're just being intelligent. Okay? Talk to the coaches. I don't care if the trainer seems like he's busy. He may be a full class, right? Talk to him. Daryl and I are around. Come grab us, right? We can only help you if you tell us you need help. All right? Flag us down. We're all here for you.
Or tell them at the beginning of class, listen,
Yeah.
I just want to give you a heads up. I can't do squats, or I can't do something, and he'll say, okay, I got you. So he'll have that in the back of his head. So when that exercise comes up, he'll come over and give you an alternative.
Yep. Okay, so the point system for the transformation winner is terribly simple. We give you points for pounds and inches lost, right? That's why it's so important to do that initial weigh-in, right?
Right? Attendance. Okay? Minimum 3 times, guys. Okay? You got to get in here 3 times. That's for full points. You're
Yeah.
here 3 times a week, you're getting full times. We cannot give people awards that come 1, twice a week. It's 3 times minimum.
And on the flip side, we're not trying to give you an award for maximum times in. Coming 7 times a week, and some people will do that during a 6 week, it's not sustainable for long haul, and it is a great way to get injured, right? There's nutrition, there's exercise, but the third pillar to getting fit is recovery. You need to get sleep. You need to make that time where your body actually gets to rest. So don't overdo it, right? We want to stimulate, not annihilate.
I like that, man. I like that. Before and after pics must be submitted by email, guys.
So yeah, we'll do a weigh-in weekend,
Yep.
and we'll have somebody here to take your pick, so they can just take your pick when you do the weigh-in, and you can just email it right in.
Yeah, and I got a feeling there's going to be some people that want to take their own pics.
Oh,
You
of
know what I
course.
mean?
If you want to take your own pick, and we're just going to put it in our system, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I always say this, right? People are just like, they look at the pic, and they're like, I don't like this, I don't like the way I look, and you're your own worst critic, by the way. And then you delete it. And then what happens at the end of it?
They look amazing.
And then they're like, I wish I had that first pick.
If we got a nickel for every time we had somebody say, why didn't we take a picture at the beginning?
Yeah.
We told you to take a picture. You just didn't want to take one.
Okay? So even if you don't like it, keep it, send it in, and at some point you're going to be like, I want that pick.
It's a baseline, guys. That's all it is, baseline.
Okay, now, little bonus information, how to win. Couple tips here. Planning. All right? Those who plan win. If you go by this, fly by the seat of your pants, mistakes happen. Okay? First one. Make Sunday a shopping and food prep day. Right? You're going to get a grocery list. Go out, get your food, cut up your vegetables, grill or whatever you got to do in terms of meat for a few days. Just be ready to go so that in the morning you can have your meal real quick. Lunch is pretty much already made, right? When you got to spend a lot of time during the week when you're busy, if the food isn't ready and you're starving, that's when mistakes happen.
Schedule your workouts for the week, guys. This you got to treat like doctor's appointment. Like, open your calendar, book it. Nobody cancel on their doctor. Okay, so if you book your 3 to 4 sessions that week, make sure you book it early. So if someone says, "Hey, can you do this?" Nope, I have an appointment. You don't even have to tell them it's the gym. I have an appointment.
All right. Stay active on the Facebook group. It's a private group, so it's not like everybody in your world sees what's going on, but it keeps you engaged, right? Little things. You see other people, they might post up that they're struggling with something you're struggling with, and you don't feel alone. You might have a question. You don't have to wait to come into the gym, right? And it's so much more poignant when another member who's been through what you might be going through just goes, I was there, this is what I did, right? It has a much stronger effect than the coach necessarily telling you, well, just do this. I'm telling you, community is part of the accountability and support that will keep you going.
Love it. Change your end of day routine to avoid late night snacking. If you're a person who, sits around and watches TV and you get all snacky and the only thing that's left in the house is chips and popcorn and whatnot, you need to change your routine. Maybe it's some sort of tea. Maybe you go for a walk.
Yeah.
You need to change it, guys, because we have tons of our people that have come through here talk about, I really have problems at night. I'm good in the day, but I really have problems at night. Well, you got to change your routine.
I'll give you an example, a couple things. So I know, especially for those of us who have kids, you finally get the kids in bed and you feel like I got an hour or two to myself at the end of the night. So you sit in front of a screen, but a screen keeps you awake, and then you start to eat out of boredom. What's a better idea is once the kids are down, or if that's not your deal, whatever it is, when you get to unwind, go to bed. Grab a book. Read your book in bed, all right? You're going to fall asleep earlier. Your mind can actually unwind reading a book versus a screen which keeps your mind lit. And if you're in bed, you're much less likely to get out to go down to the pantry to go downstairs, okay? And you'll get up feeling way more rested. You'll be more calm throughout the day from reading at night than you will be from watching TV.
And the other thing I would do is get rid of those quick snacky type foods in your house during this challenge, because they're calling you. At this time at night, they're calling you. And you're like, I'll just have one. Nobody can have one.
Yeah, no, great advice. Okay, so who this is not for, all right? So if this rings true for you and you don't think this challenge is for you, cool, call us on it. We got a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you can get there, if you think you can get there by working hard instead of working smart,
this is not for you.
What we've been talking about is working smart, okay? Planning, staying engaged with the community, not trying to work through an injury. This isn't for you. If you're interested in going it alone, okay? Now, a lot of people, they think, once I lose a ton of weight, I'm going to have this big reveal, but I'm just going to stay here hidden away from people in the gym. I'm not going to tell anybody in my life that I'm going to the gym, and then I'm just going to go, ta-da! This isn't for you, okay? The support you get from the community is going to help you massively. Letting people know that you're doing this is going to keep you doing it. Part of the reason, you may not realize this, but subconsciously, part of the reason you want to go it alone is because you can quit at any time and nobody's going to call you out. But if you have all these people who are depending on you just the way you're depending on them, and all these people in your life who know that you're going for it, you're much, much, much more likely to keep going at it. Okay? So don't do that.
If you're a whiner, moaner, complainer, or blame outside circumstances for your lack of results, this is definitely not for you. This is a time now for you guys to change your mindset, guys. Ask the question, who is responsible for this? You are. Who's responsible for my food? Who's responsible for for me getting up and getting to the gym? Yes, it's going to hurt, a little bit in the beginning. It's going to be a little bit sore. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, you have to leave your comfort zones, guys, if you want to get to the next level. Don't be blaming the program, the coach, because, I'm not losing any weight, the coach is not that good, the meal plan's not that great. Ask questions. Ask the right questions. And if this is you, if you're ready to blame the other person or the other guy, this is definitely not for you.
I'll say one more thing about that. Okay? Legitimate reasons are going to show up in your life why you can't make it or you're too busy. Okay? And people will go, well, I just had to drop that program. But you don't do that with work. You don't say, oh, this came up, I'm not going to go to work. You don't do that with your family. You don't go, I got busy, I ain't going to take care of my kids. Why? Because work and your family is a priority, and no matter what comes, you've already committed to taking care of it. Make this a priority, and you'll be amazed at what you make happen when you're unreasonable with yourself.
Love it. Oh, this.
I think this
Pretty
is kind of
straightforward.
self-explanatory,
Yeah.
right? We want people who support each other, right? You got to have a can-do attitude. It's infectious, right? We want to infect you with it, and we want you to infect others with it. Who this is for?
If you want to feel great about how you look and drop sizes and inches, this is definitely a place for you. We've seen this movie, guys, thousands of times.
Oh my God.
Thousands of times. And you know what? The only thing that changed is the star, which is you. Okay? That's the only thing that changes in this movie is the person who's the star in the movie. So if you're up for the challenge and you're willing to put the work in and the time, you will see the results. Okay? Definitely, again, change your mindset. Start changing your thoughts, start changing your attitude, and it comes.
Okay, if you're interested in feeling confident in your clothes again without having to starve or deprive yourself, this is for you. Our meal plans, the biggest complaint I get is it's too much food. Starvation diets aren't going to happen, right? And really, like I said, you think you want to lose pounds and inches, we all do, but this is about how you feel, right? Do you look at that closet in the morning and think, I'm excited to get dressed. I'm excited to go shopping. I'm excited to be alone with a special someone. I'm excited to go to the beach. Or is that other voice in your head making you feel bad? All right? This is about you feeling great.
If you want to learn how to make being healthy a way of life, this is definitely for you. Because after 6 weeks, your habits are going to change. You're going to know what's good, what works for you, and what doesn't work for you. And this is a huge part because most people, what they lack in their life is consistency. And the habits they've developed aren't the ones that aren't getting them the results they want. So we're going to teach you the healthy habits that you need to get lean, get stronger, get fitter for the rest of your life that you can carry away with you. Even whether you stay on with us or you stay or you go on to training on your own somewhere else.
Yeah, this is about living life at a higher level,
Yeah.
moving forward. If you need accountability, this challenge is for you. And I believe everybody does. I do. Daryl does. We don't go it alone, right? And we don't want you to have to go it alone. It's so much harder.
If you need motivation, you're going to find it here. You're going to find it in the coaches. You're going to find it in the members, the other people in the classes. Hey, we on Facebook, you can find it here. You know, those days you don't feel like coming. Okay, you're going to get to know people in the classes. They're going to be that person that's going to motivate you that day you don't feel like it. And then the other day, you're going to be the one that motivates them. This is definitely for you if you're looking for that type of motivation.
If you want guaranteed results, you follow our program, you show up, you do the workouts, you follow the food, you're going to get results. It's just that simple. All right? Okay, just a couple of other before and afters we want to talk to you about. Steph?
Yeah, Steph, great transformation, great story. Steph came to us. She didn't have the best attitude in the beginning. She kept being nice. Steph wanted to be there yesterday and worked her butt off and kept saying, I'm not seeing any results. I'm not seeing any changes. And I kept saying, Steph, it's happening. It's happening. And there's a lot of people who get here and they want to see it drop in a week, 2 weeks. But you got to remember, you've not been active for a very long time and your body's just used to that. It takes some time. It takes some time for your body to adapt. So in Steph's case, she just wasn't happy with the results. She didn't think anything was happening. And I just happened to have taken a picture of her when she first started. And I said, I wish, just by accident, it was one of my, going through classes, and I snapped a picture of her, and I said, I found a picture of you that will show you that you've made some changes. And the picture on the left there is what Steph started at, and that's her there on the right, and she couldn't believe it.
You know what's awesome about this? She had lost 30 pounds in a year. And I remember she wasn't a stickler for the diet. That's one of the reasons it happened slowly. But 30 pounds in a year is still pretty damn crazy. So she knew she lost 30 pounds, right? But she didn't think she looked differently.
Yeah.
It happens so slowly for you, sometimes you don't see it. Even though the inches are there, the pounds are there. You are your own worst critic. This goes back to that before and after photo. If you don't have it, you'll be telling yourself that nothing really changed. It's only when you can see it that you can't lie to yourself.
Yeah, and this is one of those times where I was just lucky enough to have taken a picture of her when she first started. So great transformation,
Awesome.
Great story. You know,
And she's still going strong, right? And this is one of those examples. Steph ended up moving downtown, right? So she's no longer with us, but she still made this a lifestyle, which is amazing. Still looks great. Giannina, there's no doubt you will see this girl in the gym. She is one of our kick-ass fit family. She got into pre-baby shape, which is something I hear from a lot of moms that they would like to do. She won her first 6-week challenge, right? And she just kept going and kept going and kept going. And she's constantly, that's one thing you'll find if you decide to stick around. You keep looking for, what's the next challenge? What would I like to do next, right? Instead of this being a chore, you start looking for that next ring to grab, because the reward you get from the work you do is so much better, right? It's so worth it.
training with a purpose.
Right? This is what it means to be unstoppable, this girl right here. And what happens? You start to do crazy things like getting in better shape than pre-baby shape. So just amazing.
It's possible, guys.
Okay, so how do you get results like that? Really simple. Take action. All right? You guys signed up for the program. Show up. Get your food ready.
You gotta have a great attitude, guys. Okay? You don't have a good attitude, you're going to be challenged at here. You're not gonna find what you're looking for. Good attitude. That starts with you. Okay?
Being consistent with your food, with your exercise. And that comes with your schedule. Schedule everything. All right, and with that, we will bid you adieu. We will be doing weekly webinars, and we'll be sending out some emails about that. And so we will be keeping you up to date, informed, and helping you every step of the way. So until then, we bid you adieu.
Take care, guys. Good luck.